Up in the sky, far away, there's a magic world where we play. So come along with me, and we'll be happy. Howdy, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and 48 years ago, on a completely different YouTube channel with a very similar name, which is still active, just upload different videos there now, I played through a nightmare called Be Happy. It's literally the name of the song. It had a sung intro. I tried to record it live, so there's a live audience, but it wasn't a live stream. It was a live recording of a regular YouTube video. It went for very few episodes. It was a nightmare. Nothing was accomplished. And at the end, an entity known as Kokoa-san blew it up because I think I offended his culture or something like that. I don't remember the exact details. Much beloved, though, by one individual. There is one entity alive for whom that series still holds a very special place in their heart. Lucas Kitts, longtime channel supporter across all different fields of support, a Patreon member, a Bandcamp subscriber, a Patreon member again, a YouTube channel member. Lucky Lou's been there through it all, which I appreciate. And I don't think he cares much about Be Happy. I think he likes to watch me suffer. I think that he's a big fan of that. So, for him, and for everyone's viewing pleasure, I suppose, Be Happy isn't really a thing anymore. It's pretty old. I could probably still find it. This is called Skybe 2, and as you can see, it's very broken. It doesn't quite fit on the screen. And I don't even have the scaling set up all that high. You'll see once we get in. So let's create a new world. We're going to call this Be Happy. Why not? And Shrek me. I don't know. What are my other world options? I mean, it's a sky block. There can't be that many world options. Yeah, I guess we just... should we put in a seed? It's a sky block. What... Lucas, I don't know, create new world. Let's just see what we get. It's going to be an island in the sky, but maybe we'll be in like a weird biome. Oh no. What if we spawn into a desert biome and there's no rain? I'm assuming that's important. Well, if you're not familiar with Skybe 2, or I guess Be Happy, something you need to understand is that it focuses primarily on bees. So this is not going to be a long-running series. The way I sort of envision this... Oh my gosh, it's got quests. It has a quest tree. Is it all on one page? No, there's so much! There is so much to this. This is absurd. This is not going to be a long-running series. This is a mini-series coming out first for channel members in some form. Haven't decided how that's going to work yet. But if you're watching this and you're not a YouTube channel member, say thanks to them in the comments section. They're bankrolling this nonsense. Or if you hate it, give them some friendly abuse, like some playful banter. Don't be actually mean, alright? That's uncalled for. What is this? Chronicle of Shadow... I can't even pronounce it. I don't even want to try. Materials in You I'm quite familiar with. I think some things have changed. This is Minecraft 1.16, or 1.16 if you're so inclined, so I'm assuming the mod's going to be different than how I remember it in the distant past, but for the most part, everything's looking pretty similar here. A parch chest. I think I've played with that before. That's not... Tinker's chest... What is this? Is that different than this? It is. Why is it blue? Why would I want that? What's the benefit? Does it do something different, or is it just blue? I'm assuming most of this is the same. The great thing about a good mod is when you really nail it, you don't have to change it. People will keep playing it. Oh, good. What is this called? Astral Tome? I don't know. I think I'm a Libre. I think I'm a Libre Office, maybe. Okay, so... I mean, I'm assuming we can get a little jiggy with the trees and they'll grow faster. Oh, yeah, that's what we like to see. Oh dear, this is almost detrimental to my health. Imagine if we just got pushed out of the world. Both trees grew there. I'm not really sure whether or not this is going to have this sort of more classic Minecraft thing of, like, Minecraft Skyblock thing of, like, worms and crooks and all of that. I mean, I suppose there's only one way to find out. That's to go ahead and build ourselves a nice crafting table. Not gonna lie, I do appreciate that we don't spawn on top of the tree and a single block of dirt. I like that they give us a little bit more space to work with here. I'm sure some of the purists are going to be deeply upset about it because it's not as difficult as it was back in your day, gosh darn it. So, is the recipe here different if I want to build? I bet you that what we have to do is one of these. And then from there, well, that just gets us patterns. And that's only going to manage to get us... Oh no, okay, yeah. And can I make that a flat one? You used to be able to turn these into like little flat half slab crafting stations, and you might still be able to. If we look up, not fracking, but crafting even. That's the better term for it. I'm not seeing it. Oh my gosh, we can put it on a stick though. Okay, see, immediately I made a mistake. This is obviously the superior crafting technology right here. We do have, though, a crafting station. I'm going to shift over the edge here so we don't plummet to our death. What are you, bedrock? That's an odd choice. That's a really odd choice to put at the bottom of this one. I guess in case we just go ham and accidentally break all of the material, at least there's one we can't break. So we do have a regular bog standard crafting station here, which is going to be nice because you can put things in the crafting station, and as I remember it, they stay there. And look, you can even see it on top. That's a lovely touch. But more importantly, we can now craft right here in our inventory. We got the rotating grid, the balancing of the grid, the clear of the grid. It's all good stuff. And of course now, you can all see the mistake that I've made here. I've used all of my wood. So I'm going to actually use this as a blunt weapon to just smack wood down and get it into block form. Probably not the most economical use of a tool. It's not going to break it, though. It's perfectly fine. Was it any faster than my fists? No. But whatever, it was fun, and that's what matters. So we're going to get ourselves some more sticks. Can I make a crook? One does not simply make a crook, so I'm assuming that crooking is not going to be a thing here. Well, we are going to go ahead and make a axe. That'll make collecting wood a lot faster. And then I'm going to check this out. What do you want me to do? Get 32 oak logs? You're crazy. 64 oak planks? You're insane. I can do it, but that's just a lot. You're asking for a lot here. At least we're getting... Oh, gosh, never mind. I take it back. We got a single oak sapling. Can you imagine a world where that one didn't land? I mean, at least we got this one here. That's something. It's a small blessing. Are we getting none? They all plummeted to the ground, except for, again, one. So far, we're at a rock-solid... would that be net zero if you come out exactly even with where you started? I think that's what net zero means. I don't know, I don't do a lot of fishing. I'm assuming that it has to do with fishing because it has the word net in it. Probably nothing to do with finances. That would be ridiculous, and I don't know why you would assume such a thing. I am curious whether or not you can create different types of shears, because some packs allow for that. So you can create ceramic shears, as well as aluminium shears, but just like we can make regular shears too. What about the regular old Minecraft shears? Am I spelling shears wrong? I don't think that I am. Yeah, I don't see him in here. Maybe they got replaced by the mod. That's a bit concerning. Well, I tell you what, I suppose I know what I'm going to be doing for the next 40 minutes of my life, and that's trying to get a whole lot of wood and hopefully collect a few more saplings along the way. I realized that what I could do if I wanted to, and in fact it would probably be wise to do so, is if I break this one out, oh yes, it'll break all of them. How did I not figure that out sooner? I mean, to be fair, we did just get the axe. I was going to say what I could do is I could cut this down to just that last block there, and then we'd have more dirt to work with, but I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to do that. It would be smart. It would be wise. It's definitely what I would recommend you do. But here's the thing you got to understand about me. I'm one of those do as I say, not as I do parents, right? I'm telling you, hey man, listen, don't drink and drive. It's very irresponsible. As I careen down the highway with you in your chair in the back. This is an inappropriate conversation, isn't it? It was meant to be a joke, but it's in poor taste. Listen, we're gonna carry on. We're gonna just carry on. We're gonna just do a clock wipe to a point where I have 32 logs. I mean, because at this point, if I just keep talking, then we're not going to clock wipe. And you're just gonna sit here while I collect, like, what is it, 3 more logs? And there's no benefit to that for you, because it's just time that you could spend doing something else. Oh gosh darn it, isn't that funny how we just ended up doing it here anyway? No rewards! Why would there be? Why would it reward me for doing a job well done? Alright, well, let's get a stack or few of oak planks, as well as the pattern chest, our pattern quest is complete. So at least it knew in advance that I had done that, and I didn't have to do it again. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the escape button. Do I get rewards for any of this? I don't get rewards for that. I don't get... Does anything in this pack reward you at any point? There's no rewards. You're not awarded for doing anything. It's literally just like, yeah, you know what? This is probably what you should do. And, I mean, I guess it's just like adult life, isn't it? No one's going to come around and pat you on the back. Oh, you got a job and you're paying your bills? Hey, good for you, pal. No, that's just what's expected of you. Which is reasonable. Build a chest I can manage? I can do that, yeah. It actually makes a ton of sense. Imagine storing things. I actually love that idea. Now, one hot trick I know of is if you want to prevent monster spawning, you can place slabs down, and they won't spawn on slabs if they're oriented in a particular way. But we're not even going to bother because we're right at spawn here, and things aren't going to spawn here anyway. So I'm just going to put down some blocks so I've got a little bit more room to work with. And then from there, we can place down our chests, store away our apple for safekeeping. We've only got the one. We're going to start starving to death if we don't get more soon. So here's hoping. What is next on the agenda? I realize that maybe I should go ahead and let you folks know I am playing this on difficult. But, I mean, it could be fun if we put it on hard and then, like, locked that in. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I mean, we're on a sky block. What's the worst that can happen to me? It can't possibly be a bad move. I think we're going to be just fine. Are we going to starve to death? Possibly. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? What do you want me to do now? A composter? Okay. Yeah. If I tap A, it'll add it over here to my thing on the side where I have recipes I need to build, I guess is what we'll call that. We're going to need at least that many of those so we can get a composter. And then maybe we want 2 composters. And then maybe we want to be able to make, what is that? A spice rack. I like it. I was kind of hoping we could make jerky in this, though. Is that not a thing? Okay, no jerky for us. No drying racks, I guess. That's unfortunate. I suppose it would take away from the bees. And it's all about the bees. So Minecraft composters are just a thing now. Do you just put stuff in them? Is it like in any other... Look around nervously and make sure I didn't just get rid of our only saplings. Good gosh, that was nerve-wracking for a split second, wasn't it? I was actually deeply concerned that we had just shreked ourselves up royally. Okay, maybe I should go ahead and maybe preserve at least one of these in case these don't grow, or they do grow and then I break them and we don't get anything. Alright, so I made the composter. Bone mill. How exactly do you want me to do that? Okay, yeah, bone, sure, if I had a bone, we'd be getting somewhere. What does the composter do in Minecraft? What uses does it have? If you stack 3 of them together, you can make a worm bin, you can burn it for fuel. I'm so unfamiliar with vanilla Minecraft that I'm gonna have to Google what the vanilla Minecraft frickin' composter, let's see, Minecraft composter even does. It's a block that converts some biological material into bone meal. Okay, well now I understand what they want me to do here. That's a bit wacky though, and I can't quite fathom it. How does it become bone meal? And how much of it do you need, and how long does it take? And also, what are my other options? Can I put other things inside of there? Like what? One wonders. I'd love to know. Comment down below. Understand that by the time I get to your comment, we'll be 48 episodes in, so I appreciate the thought. Can I put, like, wood in there? I can't even put... I can put wood on there, but that's not useful to me at all. Yep, there goes my axe. Can you make sticks like this? Oh, it doesn't even have the really cool recipes. Gotta tell you, so far, this pack... I feel it in my bones. I'm gonna get a little crazy on this one here, which is exactly what someone wants. I'm going to keep squirreling these away, like one at a time. I wonder how much we have to put in here. I genuinely don't know. It's getting dark now. I'm going to start starving to death. I keep pausing the game by mistake. Campfire? That's new. It's not to Minecraft. It's new to me. So we're gonna need what? Some type of wood? Stripped wood? That sounds highly inappropriate. For YouTube? I think not. I'll give it a try, though. We do have a torch in our inventory, and I don't know where it came from. Did I spawn with this? Did I collect it somewhere? Minecraft campfire. What do you do? Is it going to burn me? If I... Weird question, can campfires burn? Is it going to be problematic if I put it on top of wood? It could be. That could be funny, though. Imagine if we start a campfire on top of wood and then it burns our whole place to the ground. It's kind of lovely. It's actually a bit picturesque. Look at the smoke going up as the sun sets in the background. Wish we had something to cook on it, but we don't. We've only got an apple, and we've got a couple of saplings, and I don't think I can eat those. What am I going to do with bone meal when I get it? What exactly do you have in mind for me here, game? Make a brick? Okay. A block of brick. Okay, that's probably not what it had in mind. Clay? Okay. On a campfire? How do I get clay? How do I do that? Mana infusion? Seems that that's probably not going to be it. Where is the source of clay in this world? Straining. Oh, we can strain things. Does that mean that we've got scythes? No. Strainers? Apparently. Survivalist strainer. Water strainer. Collects general items. Requires a strainer base. Is that this? Strainer base. And then probably we'll start with this one because it's going to be the easiest one to build, although I don't know where we're going to get string from either, for that matter. Oh, we can get get out of here! We can get them from leaves. Okay, how do we get leaves, though? That's the question. Is there an alternative to... let's see, oak leaves, mana infusion. Alright, I guess at some point we're just going to have to get iron. I'm assuming if I just take things one baby step at a time... Eventually, it'll all make sense, and the game will just kind of work out. I hope. I don't know that to be sure. This is one of those packs that's a little bit niche, so I highly doubt that I'm going to find a lot of really useful information about it online. I mean, maybe about the individual mods, sure, that's one thing. But about the actual pack itself and the progression, I don't even know if anyone else on YouTube has played this before. It might just be me. I could be wrong. I could be going in alone on this. This might not be very popular. I might be the only person to ever play this mod pack. No one will ever watch this series. Lucas Kits won't even watch it, because he's just gonna, like, watch the first episode and be like, you weren't miserable enough. It's not exactly what I was hoping for. And then what am I gonna do with all of this invested time and effort? Nothing. There's nothing I can do. Alright. Composter, we can get rid of you because we've done both of these things. Let's check our quest and let's consider a different route. A wooden comma. That's just like the dot that's got a squiggly on the bottom of it. I can't click its view recipe, it won't allow it. I guess I probably have to do it as part of Tinker's Construct, which is really just not prompting me to do at all. I guess I can go to the separate Tinker's Construct page. Tinker's Chest, that's such an oddball. Alright, so Tinker's Station. How do I go about doing that? I guess I can add all of these things? Yeah, you know what? I reckon I know these recipes. I reckon I do. Let's create a few extra patterns, and then we will create the Tinker's Station. And there's part of the quest completed, kind of. I just got 2 completions on that. So, crafting station I already built. I've already got one of those. It's here in the floor. Do you reckon we could pick that up without it falling to the depths? Yeah, there we go. It's weird that it didn't track that one, but I guess it's probably because by the time we got to it, it wasn't in my inventory. So I guess I was wrong. It's not going to keep track of things we'd previously built. Next up, we need the part builder. And finally, we need the parts chest. So add both of those over there, and we can plop you back down there. Parts builder. And need to make a chest. Oh, I'm sorry, does it have to be a trapped chest? I feel like that's probably not the case. I think it's probably one of those situations where you could use a trapped chest, and it's cycling through them, and I just happened to hit at the worst possible time. So we got our Tinker Station now. So these are the 3 we're going to need, I guess, in order to build. Didn't there used to also be a pattern chest? Is that not a thing anymore? I guess it could not be. Again, I mean, once you really nail down a mod and you get it perfect, there's no need to alter it, unless you come up with better ideas, which is maybe what's happened here. Maybe they realized that you don't need a pattern chest. Maybe they found a better way. For a moment, I was worried that might accidentally break everything, like all of the wood, like it might accidentally mine it all up in one fell swoop, and I got real nervous. Okay, part builder, part chest, Tinker Station. Righto. Oh, God, this needs to stop. Why is auto hop on? I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I don't use that. No thank you. That's not what I'm about. Cool. So we can put that in there, and we can get... What are we trying to build? We're trying to build like a comma? Is that what this is? This looks like a mattock. Is this a comma? It's a precision reaping tool, mowing down plants and shearing animals. Cheers! Okay, I can understand why they want me to make this now. Looking at it, we're going to need wonky X shape, long skinny noodle, big fat fettuccine. So it looks like that's the wonky X shape right there. And I see how this works now. I guess we're going to have to build it all out of wood. We'll just put a stack of it in there. So wonky X shape. And then we need... that looks like skinny noodle. Yeah. And then we're going to need some more patterns. Which... Oh, jeez. Let's negotiate ourselves around here without falling off the edge. We'll get ourselves some patterns. Toss them in here. And then that looks like a fat fettuccine, doesn't it? That looks like a real fat fettuccine. I think this is the one we want, though. And then with all of those pieces combined, with these pieces combined, we get a wooden comma, which we can't name for whatever reason. We used to be able to name things. Maybe there's a different device for that now. Also, what is all this over here for? Interesting stuff. All right, I've got a comma. I'm going to put it in the middle of my sentence when there's a break. I beg your pardon? What is that? Collector crystal? Can't break? Astral sorcery? Oh, hold on, I've got a book about this, don't I? Where is it? The Astral Tome. Okay. Discovery, maybe? Jeez, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Research? What is this thing called? Collector crystal? Do I just type that in there? No. No, I don't. That's done nothing for me. How do you... Oh. Okay. Academy shrines. Areas determined by the Academy to be conducive to field studies have had shrines built in them. These consist of two variants. Larger and more elaborate... This isn't relevant to me. There's no shrines around here. Get me back out of this. Take me back into Discovery. You're not going to tell me anything about this, are you? Resonating wands? Okay. You're telling me I can't break it with the tool I currently have. Well, then what can I break it? Can I break it with, like, a pickaxe? I suppose we could build a cheap, bog-standard pickaxe. Just can't break it with that either? I guess it's just going to be there, then, because I don't know what to do with it. We now have a way to collect leaves, though. So, fortunately, if you just follow what the game wants you to do, you will eventually get to a point where you have a ton of leaves, and you can start filling this thing up. At what point does this thing have to be full before it gives you bone meal? Am I doing something wrong? I didn't follow the operating instructions, if there were any. I have no clue. I don't remember what else we needed leaves for, though. I feel like there was something else. I can't quite remember what it was. Is this never going to drop saplings if I break all the leaves like that? I just realized it might not. So maybe we want to be a little bit cautious with that. Also, I'm going to stop using axes and pickaxes. I'm going to build some proper tools with Tinker's Construct so that they can be repaired over time. And that'll be much less of a waste of materials. How many of these do we have? I want to have at least 4,000 oak saplings, just in case, so we don't accidentally end up running out. You need just an absolute insane volume, don't you? There we go, we got bone meal! Hot diggity! We did it, everyone! Pats on the back all around! Get me out of this! We got that done. What do you want? You want seared brick? Well, for that, I'm going to need some grout. I'm going to need sand, gravel, and clay. We're just not there yet. Apparently, I can put this in the fire, though? No, wait a minute. That's a bone mill. What do I do with bone mill? Hold on. Let's check the... Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Once we get bone mill... Okay, collect leaves. We already did that. String. That's right, string. We can make string out of leaves. I've put all of my leaves inside of there to get a little bit of bone meal. So, that was apparently the wrong thing to do. That's fine. Do we have... Is there a button I can hold down to mine all of this in one go? I know we have, like, a Treecapitator-like tool here. But what about something like a mining tool that lets me mine everything in one go? I'm just scrolling through very slowly to see if we have anything like that. and I'm not seeing it, which is unfortunate. Because normally if that was in here, it would be bound to something along... Oh, Ultimine, right there! Yeah, the grave key. Get it off the grave key, because I'm never going to remember that. Put it on button 4. So if you hold down the grave key, or the tilde key, it's the one below escape and above tab on your keyboard. By default, if you hold that down, you can break everything in one go. Now, unfortunately, that didn't quite work for us, because our tool died. But I believe if we just put that in here along with some wood, we can repair it, which is excellent. And then we can go back to doing all of this in one go. Fantastic. Just fantastic. All right. Been missing stuff like that in my Tech-It series, although we're pretty well beyond that at this point. It's still pretty nice. So we got 20 string, which is enough to be getting on with. I should probably go ahead and fell the tree and get that tidied up so that we can get... See? I told you it was a good thing that I had these backups in here. I do want 40,000 of them, though, and stat. And how? That was beautiful. We'll probably just break these leaves and hopefully get some saplings. I'm still keeping an eye on you, Collector Crystal. I don't know what to do with you yet, but I'm going to figure it out. Should I go ahead and just make this in anticipation of that being the next thing the game wants me to do? I don't know that that's what it wants me to do, but I'm assuming that at some point we're going to need that in order to progress the plot. So, first off, string mesh, and then watch this for recipe, construction from memory, survivalist strainer. Let's check and see if it really wanted me to do that. So it looks like it wanted me to make a soul snare. Sure, it looks a bit involved, but I'll get around to it. There's a beehive, which is, oh, beehive, if you know what I'm saying. It's Austin Powers. And then also a bed, which would probably be good. Oh, there's so many different colors. Well, we can just make a bed. I think we know how to do that, and that's what? Give me about that much wool and about yay much oak plankage. Get ourselves a bed. Oh, you know what would be fun? If we put it there and then when we woke up, we plummeted to our deaths. That would be hilarious. That would be so funny, and then we could be done with the series. Lucas Kits, have you had enough, Lucas? Is this enough torture for you? Good gosh. What happens next? Blue dye, floral fertilizer? Oh, that looks like we're gonna need flowers, and that's probably what we need bone meal for. We do have grass, so once we get more dirt... How do we get more dirt? Have we figured that out yet? Has that been covered? Is that part of composting? Composting looks like it gets you bone meal, and then bone meal can get you a bone block, which can eventually get you clay. So we're following the line here. It's all starting to make sense. Remind me, brick, clay, on fire. What do I do with you again? I've already forgotten. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's get rid of this, this, and this. And then we need to build the strainer, which we can't because we don't have a hopper. But brickage, you can build it with brick. It's all coming together now. How about the beehive? I think we can go ahead and make that. So that's just going to require a bit of plankage and a bit of string. And there we go. We have our first Minecraft beehive. I don't know what to do with these. Again, I'm not super caught up on what's hip and happening in vanilla Minecraft. I genuinely do not know anything about the bees. I'll go ahead and just throw that down there, though, for whatever purpose. It's just going to hang out there in the meantime while I try to figure it out. But let's see, what do we want to progress to next? So, it makes sense to me that we're going to have to kind of rush at this point. Resourceful bees. What happens here? What do you need? Tier 1 beehive. There's all these different tiers of beehive. If we surround it... Yeah, okay, so this gets us into a new mod. So we surround it with grass. We don't have grass. What is the benefit to having this over a regular beehive? I don't know. I have no idea. It's not explaining things. That's the problem. It's pointing me in these directions, but it's not telling me why to do these things. Why do I need apiary storage? I don't know. It looks convoluted. Why do I need to construct that? A honey generator? Does that generate honey, or does it generate power using honey? No explanation. Honey congealer? That sounds like something you'd put on your face, like a makeup product. An empty DNA made out of clay. Yeah, that's how God created the universe in 7 days. He just formed DNA strands out of clay and said, I don't know, I ought to do it. Oh, it's just so convoluted and so confusing, and I don't quite understand all of it, but we're gonna figure it out together. And I think that this is probably a good first entry. Going into this, I wasn't sure how I was going to actually structure it, but I think what I'll do is I'll release this to the channel members now, and then at some point in the distant future, once the entire series is finished, we'll release it to everyone else. So if you're watching this in the future, again, say thank you to the channel members for help making this possible. If you actually enjoyed it for some reason, I can't understand why, but if you did, I'm happy to hear it, first off. But if you're a channel member, thank you for watching and supporting. Your name's going to be on the screen now. And if you'd like to become a channel member, there'll be a link down in the description. You click the join button. And if you're watching this in 2048 on YouTube 2, Electronic Boogaloo, I'm sure there's some sort of support matrix in place. That, or I've died from a green tea overdose, which is possible. Maybe, I mean, I don't know if that's possible. But I suppose in 2048 you'll find out on YouTube 2, Electronic Boogaloo. Thank you folks for watching. Come back for part 2, where we continue this nightmare. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.